would believe that a mighty warrior's fiercest battle would be for the heart of someone the world called a demon. What truly happens when love dares to cross boundaries set by war, hatred, and fear? In the thick wild forests that shimmered with the calls of peacocks and shadows of towering sal trees, a story was born. A story few ever talk about, hidden between the thunder of war cries and the whisper of forbidden love. Today, you're going to discover how Bhima, the mountain of a man from the Mahabharata, married a rakshasi named Hidimbi, and why their tale is much more than a footnote in a grand epic. What happens when destiny ties a sworn enemy and a Pandava together? Keep watching and you'll see why the answer isn't just about love, but about what it means to see the soul beyond the skin. Before we begin our journey, subscribe to stay connected and explore more timeless epics with us. By now, you've heard legends of the Pandavas, 5 brothers who faced exile, betrayal, and war. But have you ever wondered what happened in the years when they wandered the forests, far from palaces and riches? That's where the story of Bhima and Hidimbi quietly begins, in the shadows of giant trees, with hunger and danger lurking. This is not just about 2 people meeting. It's about a moment when fear gave way to understanding, when tradition was shattered, and when love redefined war itself. Stay with me, because once you know their story, you'll see the Mahabharata in a whole new light. It was dawn, and the forest air tasted cool and damp. Bhima walked ahead, a giant even among his heroic brothers. He led Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, and their mother Kunti through thickets and brambles, hunger biting at their heels. They were fugitives now. The Kauravas wanted their blood. Every shadow in that forest was a threat, and this time the danger had claws. But at the heart of this wild land lived Hidimba and her brother Hidimb, rakshasas, whose very names sent chills down the bravest spines. Hidimb was hungry. "Do you smell that, Hidimbi?" he growled, crouched atop a twisted tree trunk. "Human flesh. It's been too long since I've feasted." Hidimbi, unlike her brother, watched in silence. Her eyes were different, sharp, amber, yet filled with a secret sadness. Unlike others of her kin, violence did not rule her heart, but family is family, and Rakshasa laws are written in blood. "I will go," she promised, but her chest tightened as she wandered toward the Pandavas' camp. As she neared, the fragrance of humanity, sweat, earth, and survival overwhelmed her senses. But instead of finding terrified prey, she saw Bhima standing guard like a silent sentinel, scanning for threats. His arms were the size of tree trunks, but his face was not cruel. She hid behind a tree and whispered, "How can force break such walls? Perhaps there is another way." In that instant, Hidimbi's life was never the same. She transformed herself, magic flowing through her. Her monstrous fangs shrank, her wild hair softened, and she appeared as a gentle woman, shy but radiant beneath the first rays of the sun. Bhima noticed instantly. "Who comes here at dawn, unafraid?" His voice was calm, but suspicion was thick. The Pandavas froze, wary, for who would trust a stranger in the heart of exile? Hidimbi bowed gently, hiding tears behind her lashes. "O noble one," she murmured, her voice trembling like a river in spring flood. "I am not here as your enemy. My brother waits. He wishes harm, but—" She looked up and met Bhima's searching gaze. "But I have seen you. I have seen the thunder in your arms, yes, but also the kindness in your eyes. I do not wish death. I wish to save you." Bhima studied her, heart pounding like a battle drum. He had heard the tales, treacherous rakshasas, monsters in the night. Was this just another trap, a pretty mask for bloodthirsty hunger? Yet something in her voice, so soft, so desperate, made him pause. "Why would you risk it?" he finally asked. "Your brother's wrath for a stranger's life?" Hidimbi's eyes glistened. "Because sometimes love blooms like a lotus in poisoned water. I do not understand it myself. Just as rivers cut through rock to reach the sea, my heart finds you." She blushed, but did not turn away. A silence grew between them, thick with unspoken words. The forest seemed to hold its breath. Suddenly, a roar shattered the calm. Hidimbi appeared, towering, monstrous, rage billowing around him like a storm. "Traitor!" he howled. "Sister, you shame your blood. Would you help our prey?" Bhima's muscles coiled. He whispered to his brothers, "Stand back. This is my fight." The ground shuddered as he and Hidimbi collided. Fists, claws, fury unleashed. The battle echoed through the forest, tearing branches and scattering birds. Hidimbi fell to her knees, eyes squeezed shut, praying, "Let him live. Let mercy win." Time, minutes or hours, lost all meaning in that fight. Bhima, battered and splattered with sweat and blood, finally hurled Hidimbi to the ground. One final blow, and the Rakshasa fell silent forever. Peace drifted back, uneasy and brittle. Hidimbi wept for her brother, but Bhima was there, placing a gentle hand on her ruined shoulder. "You saved us when you had every reason not to," he said softly. "You showed kindness when you could have chosen hate. Why?" She looked up at him, her pain cutting deeper than any wound. "Because life is more than blood. You see only monsters and men, but the heart beats the same in us all. Let me stay with you for a little while. Let me forget what I was taught." Kunti, wise matriarch of the Pandavas, watched this scene unfold. She saw her son, the mighty Bhima, torn between duty to his brothers and a budding affection he could not explain. For days, the forest echoed with quiet laughter as Bhima and Hidimbi walked together, sharing secrets and awkward smiles. She revealed the loneliness of her childhood, growing up feared and friendless. He confessed the weight of his strength, the expectation to always win, always protect. As nights passed, the brothers watched. Kunti pondered. Yudhishthira, ever the voice of Dharma, said, "Mother, how can Bhima join with a rakshasi? Is it not against tradition?" Kunti turned, a small smile playing on her lips. "Dharma is not always black and white, my son. Sometimes to honor love is to honor life itself." She approached Bhima. "If you wish, be with her, but know this, your destiny with us is not done. Choose with open eyes." A choice stood before Bhima: stay with his new love or follow his family in their journey through hardship and destiny. He struggled. How could he abandon the woman who saw the man beneath the warrior? Yet he was bound to his family's fate, to the promise of reclaiming their kingdom. He looked at Hidimbi, her eyes shining with hope and fear. "If you will have me," he said, "let us be together for as long as fate allows." Joy and sadness mingled in her smile. "I will love you for a day or a lifetime, whatever you give." Their wedding in the heart of the forest was unlike any other. No jewels or silk, just the soft rustle of leaves for music, fireflies to light their vows, and the blessings of Kunti, who saw in Hidimbi a courage she admired. But destiny, always hungry, demanded more. After a short time together, Hidimbi revealed she was to bear Bhima's son. She said gently, "When our child is born, you must continue your journey. I cannot ask you to abandon your brothers, for the world needs your strength." Bhima's heart broke, but he nodded, holding her close under the stars. Their son, Ghatotkacha, was no ordinary child. Born with the strength of a mountain and a heart pure as gold, he grew swiftly, promising Hidimbi and Bhima that his power would always serve righteousness. The day came when Bhima, his duty weighing heavy, looked into Hidimbi's eyes for the last time. "I will never forget what you gave me," he whispered. She smiled, tracing the scars on his face. "Your strength is not just in battle, Bhima. It is in every kindness, every time you choose love over hate." He walked away, temptation clawing at him to turn back, to choose the small piece of a family over the endless storms of destiny. Each step away from Hidimbi was a new kind of battle, harder perhaps than any he had fought with sword or fist. Yet this was not the end for Hidimbi. She raised Ghatotkacha with stories of his father's bravery and tenderness, and when the great Kurukshetra war loomed, it was Ghatotkacha, half human, half rakshasa, who became the greatest surprise, using his magical powers to defend the Pandavas and change the course of history. In the end, the love between Bhima and Hidimbi saved more than just themselves. It echoed through generations. So, who was the rakshasi who married Bhima? Not a villain, not just a side character in someone else's story, but a symbol of love's power to break through hatred, fear, and war. Their story isn't just about desire, it's about seeing the heart of another, even in the unlikeliest of places. It's about daring to choose kindness, even when the world tells you not to. If you want to see what happened next in the legacy of Bhima and Hidimbi, make sure you watch the next story that's about to pop up.